They say, what you don't know can't hurt you. But in the next few minutes, we will demonstrate that what you don't read can harm or even kill you. Mr. Willis was using paint remover to strip the finish from a piece of furniture. Too bad Mr. Willis didn't read the label on the paint remover can. It warned that the contents were flammable. On many products we use every day, there are important words on the labels. Words like danger, warning, caution. They even appear on some foods like those sold in aerosol cans. Not all warnings have to do with fire hazards or poisons. Here are some of the most common problems caused when people do not read the warnings on labels. Bob was going to do some lacquering in the kitchen. The label on the lacquer thinner can reads, danger extremely flammable. If the flames, the pilot lights, or the intense heat from that burner caught the fumes, it could put a stop to his work forever. Lucky this time, he even remembered that turning off the range still leaves the pilot lights on, and even they could ignite the fumes. Here is a popular item in most homes, hairspray. But they have a very important warning on the label. There is a reason for this warning. Watch. Some materials, of course, such as charcoal starter fluids, are made to burn easily. If handled carelessly, they can cause accidents. For example, never add starter fluid to freshen an already lighted fire. Handle all flammable materials of this kind with great care and according to instructions. The Browns never knew how close they came to having a visit from the fire department when Debbie sprayed for insects in the forced air furnace closet. Most insecticides are carried in a light oil, a mist that can be ignited by furnace or water heater pilot lights. In enclosed spaces, spray insecticides may be very poisonous as well. Read the label. Insect sprays made for outside use may be even more poisonous than those made for indoor use. Be sure to know any dangers about the product you are using. And read the label on glues and adhesives. The home handyman should know that some types are flammable, particularly those used with floor and ceiling tiles and countertop materials. Joan sustained serious facial injuries when a pressurized can of air freshener blew up. She had left it on the range, too close to a hot unit. She should have read the label. It warned to keep the product away from heat, anywhere the temperature could reach 120 degrees. Objects exposed to the sun may reach this temperature on a hot day. Because aerosol cans may explode, never discard them with trash that is to be burned. They could explode in the fire and cause injuries. Care should be taken never to store aerosol packaged products in the glove compartment or trunk of a car. Heat builds up when the car is parked in the sun, and the can may explode or release all of the product, creating a real mess. Mrs. Rogers is trying frantically to reach the emergency hospital. Her little girl has swallowed too much of a well-known medicine. She should have read the label. It may have told her to induce vomiting if the child is conscious, and how to do this. Most medicines have a warning on the label. Keep medicines out of the reach of children. Even common headache remedies, such as aspirin, are deadly if too many are swallowed. If children do manage to find and eat or drink things like medicine, paint thinner, rubbing compounds, read the label. In many cases, it will tell you what to do or not to do until the doctor arrives. It is often thought that vomiting should always be induced, but there are chemicals and liquids such as kerosene, lighter fluid, lye, or acid, where vomiting should not be induced. Read the label. Mrs. Johnson had a bad cold. She bought an antihistamine medication and took the dosage recommended on the label. Too bad she didn't read the rest of the label. Later, after another dose, she felt she was really getting some relief. She decided to go to the supermarket and then pick up the children at school. She never really knew what happened. She woke up in the emergency hospital. She had blacked out at the wheel. The cold remedy label had warned that drowsiness might follow the dosage, and that anyone taking it should not try to drive or operate machinery. Several modern preparations, like Mrs. Johnson's cold remedy, contain drugs that may make you drowsy. This can cause serious driving problems. The problems are compounded when drugs are mixed with other drugs or with alcohol. Because we use many products that have built-in hazards, always read the label. Look for the word danger for highest hazards. Look for the word warning for substantial hazard. Look for the word caution for what may be a lesser hazard. But remember, any hazard can harm you. If you saw a sign like this, you wouldn't try to drive on through. Such notices make an impression. Think of the warning on the container as being just as big and impressive. If there is printed material on the container, the manufacturer wants to tell you something. How much to take, how to use, what to do, and if there is danger, a warning that could save you suffering or save your life. And fortunately, you may have a choice. With many products, you may be safer. So, check before you buy. Read the label and live.